Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys every single thing that you need to know about the MapleStory Midnight Carnival Mulong patch notes. This is the event that is going to be coming out right after today's maintenance, and you're going to know everything that you need to know about it because the patch notes drop. I'm going to read it for you so you don't have to read these long ass patch notes. The other thing is there's going to be a video after this one that is going to be me in the game showing you exactly what you have to do for the event. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. And of course, also join the Discord and pull up to the live stream. If you ever need any help with anything, those are great resources. All right, the super TLDR for this event is if you are somebody that grinds, you will be rewarded way more for grinding. So what that means is you'll get more resources for grinding and you'll get more XP across your account. So this is a really good grinding event. There's also Legion Champion that gets added in this patch. So let's talk about it. I'll have a separate Legion Champion video as well, but I'm going to tell you what it is here anyways. So Legion Champion, there's going to be this new UI of this big dude, and basically how it works is this is a new UI that's within your Legion tab. So you see on the left over here it says members, artifact, and then champion. So what Legion Champion is you're going to have to select 3 characters on your account. Usually it's your main and then followed by your strongest characters after that. And what they can do is they could do something called Legion Champion missions, and if you complete the Legion Champion missions, those characters that you selected will become stronger. This is a new system in the game that's added permanently. It's not something that you have to do within like a 4-week event period or anything like that. This is a permanent addition that you can work on forever in the future. So how it works is you're going to have to enter a boss in champion difficulty, and all the difference in champion difficulty is that you have to kill the bosses in a less amount of time. So for example, Hard Lotus, you have to do it within 20 minutes, Saren within 20 minutes, Black Mage with 45, and so on. And whenever you complete a mission, you can rank up the champion, and whenever you rank up a champion, the buff that you get from that character becomes stronger. So for example, this character is triple S rank, meaning they get every single one of these buffs, and this character is C rank going to B rank, meaning they just unlocked the alt stats buff. Now these buffs are only applied to your Legion Champion, and they can stack. So for example, if I have a character at double S that gives crit damage, and I have another character at double S that gives crit damage, they will add up and get 6 crit damage. The other part to Champion Legion is something called Champion Raid. This is a monthly quest that you should do, and basically how it works is you select your Legion champions and you enter a map. When you enter this map, you have a bunch of mobbing to do and a bunch of bosses that are going to spawn, and you're going to have to kill them. Based off of how many mobbing stages you can clear and how many bosses you can clear, you'll get champion coins, and with those champion coins you can create a custom buff. So you'll create a custom buff that can have boss damage, IED, bonus XP, crit damage, whatever you want. And then you can use that custom buff to do anything. You could use it to go boss if you want more damage. You could use it for XP if you want to focus on training. It's pretty cool, and it rewards you for having really strong Legion champions because then you can get a really strong buff. Now the next thing that's really big, and why in my opinion I think the maintenance is so long, is because they are combining some of the interactive worlds. Aurora and Elysium are being turned into just a bigger Scania, and if you play on any of these servers, make sure you look at the patch notes so you know exactly what's going on. Like guild names are going to be changed, and if you have like really filled storages, what's going to be going on with that. For example, like your items are going to be held until they have space in the storage, and same with other character slots. Now the big focus for this event is the Night Troop event. Now the Night Troop event, you may have heard that it's not as good as previous years, but it's still pretty good, and you're going to be getting a lot of bonus resources from it. Basically how Night Troop works, to keep it super simple, is you are going to have something called a designer rank, and this designer rank gives you a buff based off of what rank you are. So as the Night Troop progresses every single week, a new designer rank will unlock, and the buffs that you get will become stronger and stronger. So you're going to start off at junior rank, and at junior rank you're not going to have a big buff that's applied to your account, but every single week the rank is going to be increasing. Now how do you increase your rank? You have to fill up this bar here at the bottom, and you fill up the bar by just killing monsters near your level, and you'll get coins that fill up the bar. It's really simple. Now you can use those coins as well to unlock even more buffs. So you get buffs from your designer rank just by being a rank, and you get buffs by using your coins, and each one of these buttons here is a different buff that you can choose, and this is the whole list. Typically what people do for buffs is they go for the XP ones as soon as possible. For example, this combo kill and rune duration duration level 2 buff is very strong because every single one of your runes gives you double the amount of XP it would normally give. But you see that you're going to have to be senior rank to unlock it. So you're not going to be able to get all the buffs within the first week. A lot of the buffs you're going to have to wait week after week. So your designer rank also goes up so you could even unlock the buffs in the first place. But a lot of these buffs are really good. A lot of them, of course, are just XP related, so you just get more XP. But there are also some buffs that give you like weekly boss re-clear tickets so you can reset bosses. There's also buffs that give you additional soul Urta fragments when you do your dailies. There's a boss damage buff, buff duration buff, monster park XP buff. It says includes MPE, which is also really, really good. So for me, what I'm going to be looking for is if I was training a lot, I would try to get this rune XP buff as soon as possible. And I would try to get the percent XP increases as soon as possible as well. That's if I'm training. I wouldn't even go past level 2 on this one either because level 3 and level 4 don't really give you that much. So you could save your points for other things like getting the flat percent XP increase. And then the monster park increase is also very, very, very good. And even this one as well, +1 elite monster when elite monster spawns is also a pretty significant XP increase. It might not seem like it, but it's actually pretty good. That's if I was focused on XP. If I'm really focused on XP, those are the things I'd be looking to get. And if I'm really trying to kill a boss, I would wait until you reach the master designer, which is the highest rank, and I would try to get the boss damage one along with like buff duration or something. Now there's one that also gives you additional soul Urta energy when you kill bosses. This one's actually pretty good, but you have to wait until you're master rank to get it. And you can see how much extra soul Urta you get as you're killing your bosses. This stuff does add up. Like you can get a pretty decent amount of energy week to week to help max out your frags faster. And then this is for the weekly boss re-clear. If you want to get this, you cannot reset something like Extreme Lotus, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can reset stuff like Chaos Kalos so you can progress your Eternals faster. A lot of people always ask me like, what should they reset? Should they reset trying to go for pitch or should they reset trying to go for Eternals? To be honest with you, because we're getting a lot of Star Force changes coming and we don't know exactly what the future meta is going to be like. What I mean is we don't know if we're going to need a ton of spares to star something. It might be a world where we just need only one item to 22 it or 23 it or whatever. But if it was me, I would probably just progress my Eternals a little bit faster. If that was my biggest damage gain, like let's say you're on CRAs and you're trying to get Eternals to get your big like damage bonus from Eternals, maybe I would do that. Or if you're somebody that really needs pitch, like you have maybe one piece from breaking your Golek set or you're trying to get to 4 set, that's also really valuable too. So you can see here your designer rank unlocks every single week. So right after the maintenance, you're going to be junior rank, but we're going to have to wait until September 3rd to get senior and then the following week to get veteran and master. So even if you get the points before the week ends, like you still have to wait until the next week to unlock. And every single time you unlock a rank, you get event buffs and you also get some items. So like you start off with a Terror Burn coupon, potential scroll, hair transfer coupon, and then like a medal. And these are the buffs that you get for increasing your designer rank. So you'll see at master rank, you'll have 40 all stat, 25 attack, 30 IED, 20 crit rate, and 20 crit damage, which is actually really good. So the Night Troop buffs are very strong, and there's even more buffs as well in this update. Now the next part to Night Troop is the Sage tickets. There's the blue one and the green one. Let's keep it super simple. If you choose the blue one, you're going to get bonus XP as you train. Nothing you have to do, no mini game, nothing. You just choose it, you go train, and you'll get bonus XP. If you choose the green one, you will get to kill 5 of these statues every single day. Now this is per world, and what these statues do is they drop fragments and soul Urta energy. This is not per character. So let's say you kill 5 of these statues on your main, that's it, you're done. You can't go on another character and kill another 5 and then get fragments. It's per world. So you could do like 2 on your main, 2 on a mule, maybe 1 on another character, but this just gives you additional soul Urta fragments and energy. Now this gives you at junior rank 10 extra frags a day, and at master rank 25 extra frags per day. It's not 25 frags per statue killed, it's the total amount per day. So in total, if you choose this every single week, because every week you get to choose one of these tickets and you get to change your mind, you will get a total of 500 fragments throughout this. Now the big question is, what should you choose? XP or fragments? Now, in my opinion, this boils down to what your goals are in the game. If you're a new player and you're trying to get to mid game, you know, maybe you're trying to get to 275, maybe you're trying to get to 280, I would just choose the fragments because the fragments help you out much more in the early game than XP does, because just unlocking your masteries, maybe getting Soul Janus to level 10 or something, that's going to help you train and that's going to give you more damage to access more of the bosses faster, and that's very, very valuable. Whereas the XP, of course, is good and will help you level faster, there's a million other ways that you can get a lot of really good XP, and the XP curves on the lower levels aren't that high anyways, so you'll be able to level regardless. But getting fragments, especially when you have low drop gear and you don't have your full drop gear setup, or you don't have a large drop fam, is really valuable when you're early to mid game. But if you're somebody who is trying to get to 290 or even training past that, I would just get the XP because you're not going to need the fragments anyways. You probably already have really high drop gear, a large drop fam, or really high frags anyways, and 500 frags isn't going to do anything for you. If you're someone who's working on Legion champions, the fragments is definitely better because 500 frags on a Legion champ is a pretty significant amount of damage. There's this lantern part of the event as well. Basically, you get to choose one of these lanterns once a day, and they give you a buff, whether it's a bossing buff or an XP buff, or you can use this one that costs 3,000 Maple points to get troop points in case you missed it and you couldn't cap that day. Now, there's this mysterious decoction part of the event as well. Basically, how this works is as you kill monsters, you're going to be getting these medicine bundles, common medicine bundle and quality medicine bundle. And basically how it works is when you open it, you get a bunch of different medicinal ingredients, and each one can give you a specific buff. And when you combine them in the pot, you get to create a custom buff for your character. Now, this is actually really strong. You could get a buff that gives you like 60% boss damage, a ton of ID, a ton of attack, XP obtained. So it's really strong, and you get to sort of choose what buff you want. It's a little bit RNG, I believe, with the random medicine, but you get to basically choose the buff that you want, and it's really strong. Obviously, when the game comes up, I'm going to have a following video showing you exactly how to do everything. But just know that you can use this to make a custom buff that makes your character a lot stronger. This one is also really important, so lock in Dogong's Mystic Bond. So basically how this works is you get to choose a character in between level 200 and 259, and that character gets to get shared XP from your main. And this is literally a free level 260. You just choose a level 200, attach it to your main, and that character will get level 260 very fast. If you have a character that's endgame and is training, you can get the character from 200 to 260 in like 8 hours of just training your main. And obviously you have the whole event to do this. You don't have to do it in one sitting. So it's essentially a free 260, like literally just free XP. So you can use this to get a Legion block that you really want, or you could use this to get another free boss meal if you're interested in that. Like, this is just a free 260. Like, I keep saying that, but it's pretty crazy. Now, it seems that it's per world as well. I'm not sure. It doesn't specify otherwise. So if you have a character on the Challengers world and you have a character on the Heroic world, it seems like you could do this 2 times, which is pretty interesting. Now, there's also the Moonlit Mulung Dojo part of this event. Basically, you have 2 minutes in the waiting room, and then you will have 10 rounds to try and climb this as fast as possible, and you get troop coins for doing so. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these events are not released the exact moment of Night Troop coming out. Like, for example, this event comes out September 3rd, so it's after 1 week. And then the next event will also be after another week, so it's September 10th. So a lot of these Night Troop minigames come out week after week. They don't come out exactly day one. This one is really simple. You literally just go to this map, and while you're transformed, you'll just get XP based on your character's level. I don't know exactly how good this XP is, but it's probably pretty decent for Legion at least, or maybe getting 210 links. There's also the Acuity training where you just shoot these peach monkeys, and based off of how many monkeys you shoot, you can get some bonus symbol rewards, another mini game. And then the last mini game, which is on September 17th, is the fortune sticks. You literally just pick out one of the sticks and you get a random reward. Now, these rewards are always pretty bad. You almost never get lucky, so don't get your hopes up. Now, another thing that's in this event is called Champion Burning. I know it's confusing because there's Legion Champion and then Champion Burning. Basically, how Champion Burning works is you choose 2 other characters along with your main, and those 2 characters can get bonus XP as your main trains. Now, this is not like a lot of XP. I actually have a calculator here that tells you how much XP you can get from this event. I'm going to have this link down below as well. Let's say you're starting off at level 260 and your characters that you're leeching, like you have your main, let's say your main is 275 and you have 2 side characters at 260. You're going to get a total of 800,000 XP points in this event. You get 100,000 per week, and the event is 8 weeks long, and you get that 100,000 points by killing 100,000 mobs on your main. And let's see how much 800,000 points is on your 260 character. It'll get it to level 262 and 80%, so almost 263. Let's say you want to use this to get a character to level 250. So what level would you have to be to get it to 250? You're going to have to be like around 245 to get to level 250 if you want to get it credit for Legion blocks. Let's say you want to get a character that's 240. Maybe you want to leech some mag potions. The character is going to have to be level 229 so you can get it to 240. Maybe you're level 270 on your side characters. You can get your character to 271 and 26%. So use the calculator to see what you're trying to do with this, but it's not a crazy amount of XP. It's just a bonus, like additional XP on some side characters. So I wouldn't use this to think like I'm going to get massive gains or whatever. So for me, I'm going to be using it on characters that are level 270 just to get them to 271, just so they have a little bit more bonus damage on Black Mage, for example, in the future. Now, what's also interesting about this event is there's also a shop that is per character. So you can get some bonus resources on each one of these characters because they're going to have their own shop, and they're going to have stuff like event rings in them, flames, nodes, soul Urda. You can get 50 Urda fragments, so that's like helping the character unlock one mastery. It's like a small bonus. It's not anything too crazy, this event, but it's at least something. That's why I started this video saying like you're more rewarded for training your main, because when you train your main, not only will you have your 2 champion double ups that will also get XP, you'll also get the Dogong Inheritor bond, which you'll get a level 3, level 260, and there's also a bunch of XP buffs. So you're just rewarded for training your main a lot in this event. Now, Challenger World Leap will be unlocked after the maintenance as well. You're gonna have the opportunity to leap your characters out. For me personally, I'm not going to leap my characters out because since they're on separate worlds, I could utilize the event on both characters. So for example, if I choose the fragments on my Chronos Arc, I could also choose the fragments on my Blaze Wizard on the Challenger World, and then I'll get double the amount of resources. I would only keep doing the Challenger World if you are a sweaty player and you're trying to min max. If not, whatever, just leap out. And last but not least are the Sunny Sundays. September 7th is a Shining Star Force event. This is the best Star Forcing event of the year, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Try to get as much money as you can. And then the rest of the Sunny Sundays aren't too crazy. There's Monster Park XP, which is really good. There's Rune XP, which is also really good, like a mini haste event. And then Monster Park and ability reset, 30% off Star Force. This is decent if you're doing items that do not require safeguarding. And then Monster Park XP again, and then another rune duration. So this is basically just a big XP trading event. That's what it really boils down to. Like I said at the start of the video, it's really a big XP event, and there's also Legion Champion, but you don't have to FOMO about Legion Champion because this is a system that's in the game forever. You don't have to complete it immediately. Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment down below. Pull up to the live stream, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Shout out to my beautiful members: Blazefire, Shooms, Shagad, Ravi Espa, Koga, Skittles, CKJ, Vampiric X, Fresh and Juicy, Kelvin, Cloud Figs, Trashbot, Henzo, Dylan, Cloudy Quesos, Jason B, Sylvester L, J.A., Russell M, Mochi Teddy, Zero Sama, Shredbot, Michael R, and Suna TM. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys ever want to submit art, put it in the Discord fan art channel, and I'll see you for the next video.